January 2018. What a month. So here is January 2018 summary. Run 1 kicked off in Launceston, Tasmania. Absolutely beautiful run. It's a great way to kickstart the year. If you didn't check out my running video for that one, link above, and check it out. But basically I did 4.66 kilometers, and hear this, averaging 4:53. Absolutely awesome speed, great way to kickstart the first run for the year. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, this year I will be tracking my heart rate, basically to see if I can maintain a better average from the start of the year, or start of the month, all the way to the end of the year, or the end of the month. So for this particular run, I averaged a 156 beats per minute heart rate, which I guess is okay. What do you think? Run number 2. I basically caught up with Mark Ensby, MPR. If you haven't checked out his channel, go check it out. It's well worth it. And this one was a collaboration run, and he took us to a place in Mount Wellington in Hobart, just for a bit of a trail run. It was a bit of a, I guess I was a bit hesitant at first, because I'm thinking, oh no, a trail run around Mount Wellington. Mount Wellington is a 1,300 meter mountain, so I was a bit scared, but it was actually quite flat, so it was a nice steady run. We did basically 8K averaging 6:03, so it was nice and steady. It was myself, Carla and Mark, and that was a beautiful run. If you haven't checked out that video, make sure you do, somewhere here. Also check out Mark's channel, it's well worth it. This heart rate was 155 beats per minute, so staying consistent. Run number 3 was back in Melbourne. This was actually the day I arrived back after having a nice 10-hour sleep on the boat, the ferry from Tasmania to Victoria. I was quite surprised with what I pulled out. All I wanted to do was run, and I did a 5.18K, averaging 4:46. Absolutely epic. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was surprised, but it must have been the sleep. That's the only thing I can say, because it wasn't even in the morning, it was probably midday as well. That heart rate was 157, so once again, still keeping it quite consistent to what I've done so far. Run number 4, I was meant to just take it easy. I just wanted to run, but I figured, you know, I'd been doing some pretty intense ones, and I just wanted to, you know, take it easy. But getting into the run, I kind of just, I guess, let my body and mind take over and take control, and I ended up doing 2.4 kilometers, averaging 4:49. Now, I don't know about you, but this is very motivating for me. This one, once again, averaging a 155 beats per minute heart rate, so keeping it consistent. Run number 5. Now, this one, it was a struggle town run, and it's funny because, you know, the previous runs I've been doing so well, and in this sense, we all have these moments, we all have these runs where you just can't, you know, you can't get into the groove, you can't get into the momentum, you can't get into where you're trying to be. And this one, I mean, it wasn't bad. I did 5K averaging 5:43, which is still very good. I think I was expecting a bit better, but I just wasn't feeling it. And that's okay, we all have these types of runs. Heart rate though was 160, so it's interesting because I was doing it slower, but my heart rate was higher, so clearly something wasn't right that day. Who knows? Run number 6. Now this one I was umming and ahhing about, do I actually get out there and do it? I finally decided, yep, let's just get out, let's just get it done, and I wasn't disappointed. I didn't push, I didn't try and go slow, I just let it flow, and this is what I got. 5.2K averaging 5:28. So once again, bringing it back down. I do like this pace is very comfortable for me, and once again I even brought down my heart rate, averaging 156 beats per minute. So it's really confusing, because there's days where you're feeling it, but then you get out and it just doesn't work. There's days where you're thinking, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this, and you get out and you surprise yourself. So what I challenge you to do is just get out, give it a go, see what you can do. Run number 7, and interesting enough, I just got out just to see what I could do. I didn't have any intention to push myself. I didn't have much time, so I only did about 4K, and surprisingly I came out with 5:06, so very happy with this one. Once again, I cannot reiterate enough that, you know, the days where you think you just don't feel there in the mind, get out and do it anyway. It's only when you know, the body is telling you that you can't do it, that's probably when you need to rest. However, this one I did have a higher heart rate, about 160, so I don't know, it's a bit interesting. Run number 8. It was a warm day, it was thick, it had been a crazy, absolute crazy week. I wasn't super keen to get out, but once again, pulling up some nice speeds. All I wanted to do was just get out and do a run just to clear the mind. And as I said, it was some nice speeds, and I ended up getting 5.2k, averaging 5:17. So nice again. And my heart rate was 156. So once again, keeping it very consistent. Very happy with that. 156 seems to be my going heart rate at this point in time. Run number 9. Now I did actually plan to get out and do a treadmill TV run, but due to some technical difficulties, it just didn't work out. So I just went out and did the run anyway. This one was with Carla out at Albert Park. Yeah, I love running around there, absolutely beautiful. But it actually turned out that it was good that I didn't do the treadmill TV, because there was actually a huge event on and we had to divert and things like that. So it actually panned out okay. This one we did 5k, averaging 6:09, so just a nice and steady run. And once again, Carla keeping me honest with the slower pace, slowing it down, which I absolutely love these runs, because it actually forces me to just, rest the legs and rest the body while doing the run. And the heart rate in this one was 145, so bringing it right down, totally more relaxed. Don't know if that's because I'm running with Carla or if it's the lighter speed, but regardless, very happy with this run. Run number 10. Now this is very important because I kicked off the training for the Run for Kids this year for 2018. I'm super pumped for Run for the Kids. I'm doing the 15k. Last year I did about a 123 for the 15k. This year I'm aiming for a sub 120, or at least to beat the 123. If I can get sub 120, I'll be super happy. If I can get 115, I will be very, very happy. So anyway, just setting some goals there. And this was the training plan to kick that off. Wanted to stay consistent, so got out there and did what I could, and this is what I did. Started off just with a light and easy run, 3k, averaging 5:51, and the heart rate for this one was 1:54, so keeping it very consistent to my average heart rate. Run number 11. Now this was training session number 2 for Run for the Kids. And it was a benchmark run. Benchmark runs are basically you do 7 minutes warm up, 3 minutes of intensity, and then 5 minutes cool down. And I absolutely love these runs because you're getting, a best of everything. It's pushing you in different ways to go slow, to go fast, and then to cool it down. Now this one I did 3k, averaging 5:15. But what was the best thing about it is I actually got a new 1k PB, and that was averaging a 4:22. For this one, the heart rate was 1:57, so a bit higher, and it was probably because I was pushing myself at a certain point, but can't complain with that. Considering the amount of intensity that I did, it's pretty average. Run number 12. Now this was Australia Day. For those that don't know, Australia Day, we have a public holiday. All I wanted to do was get out and run, and that's what I did. This one I did 7.5k, averaging 5:10, so pretty good run, can't complain with that. And for this one, the heart rate was 162, so a bit higher. Run 13. It was a bit of a gloomy morning. It was hot and sweaty, which absolutely hate those runs. Oh, and it was sticky too, like But what do? You get out there and you get it done. And this one I did a 5k or 5.1k, averaging 5:32, so pretty consistent. And the heart rate for this one was 1:54. So once again, keeping it very consistent. So run 14, absolutely beautiful but very hot morning. This one was once again out at Albert Park. It was I absolutely love getting out and doing a run in the morning, and I actually do it on an empty stomach. I just feel like that it's the best way to just cleanse the body, but also to clear the mind. So yeah, Albert Park, did this one with Carla again. So we did 5k, averaging 6:03. So once again, Carla keeping me honest with that slow pace. I really do appreciate that. So this one, my heart rate was 1:54, so keeping it very consistent. Run 15. This run in particular, it was the super moon night. Absolutely spectacular moon as well. Have a look at this. And the timing of this bad boy was absolutely awesome. I ended up doing, this was just a tempo run. I was meant to do 1.5k at 5:30. What I ended up doing was the 1.6k, but at a 4:45. So this was intense. Now I didn't actually realize the speed I was going until I hit the 1 kilometer mark when when my watch and headphones told me. So I figured, well, let's keep going, because I didn't realize it was natural, and I figured, well, if my body can do it and I'm not pushing myself, let's let it have it. So very pleased with that one. And the heart rate turned out to be 1:55, so quite interesting because it's very consistent. All in all, I can't really complain with that. all I can say is that I'm progressing for the month. So that's January, and what are the stats? Total of 15 runs, total of 70.5 kilometers. I averaged 534 and my average heart rate was 154. Yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do the whole shebang, and hustle.